Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays the Burglar. We are here in Dolven View, where I was asked to speak with Slogby here.
I am not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
Well, they've done quite a bit to it, that's for sure. How much of this is the orcs? Much of this is the insects? And how much of this is due to time? I can't say. Well, greetings, my good Stout Axe, and welcome to the Dolphin View. 'Tis a fine view indeed, or at least it would be were it not cluttered with the cook fires of a goblin horde beneath us. No matter, we will defend the Dolphin View at all costs and find some way to drive these vermin from our ancestral homes. Mark my words, Pinevere, this will once again be a city of wonder and beautiful to behold, though we give our lives to achieve it. Oh, wonderful. And I get a tame red horned goat, though that is nothing compared to my wonderful fleet footed goat that I have here. There you go. Now I suppose that means it's time for me to find a few quests around in the area. And that is to...
At long last we will drive the maggot folk from our holes!
The first order of business, I have noticed a number of deep claws roaming awfully near to the Dolphin View, haven't you? I think this is where their nest is nearby. They're mild enough beasts, but their tunneling cannot be borne. Well, okay, that's another potential source of ruin in there, so kill deep claws.
I doubt that Lord Balin still lives.
And of course, with all this rubble, we need to get rid of that.
Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains. I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles.
Have you seen the Lonely Span yet? It's a bridge that connects to the Great Delving to the 21st Hall in Zelemelek, and it is a vital checkpoint in our expedition. If it is safe, you should plant a banner of the dwarves there. As long as it stands, we will know that the Lonely Span is held by the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. Right, because I guess the orcs do like throwing down banners. Let's see, is there anything else I need to do? I don't think so. So let's head out then. Kill some deep claws and plant a banner. And yeah, clear out rubble because we're apparently the construction crew. And apparently there's a goblin or two around here also. Not that that's a huge shock. I've been running the goblins all over the place, haven't I? Yeah, goblins all over the place. And I found some... Boy, this is big rubble. I certainly hope one of those pieces of rubble doesn't fall down while I am trying to go through here. It would be rather uncomfortable for one of those things to fall on your head. At least I think so. Baruch Kazat! Whee! And I had to kill lots more of these things too. How wonderful! That's two down. Oh wait, there are plenty of these in the area. I need to start remembering my repertoire of skills. Here you go, that's three now. Whee! Well, there's the goblin area down there, which we will get to later. Now, am I supposed to be interacting with that thing? Because I keep on forgetting which are the mirrors that are active these days. Because that has changed over time as they evolved more, yeah. But right now, I should be more worried about these things. Yeah, they're the next step of this. Hello. Hello, Baruch. Do you know anyone called Kazad? Yeah. Okay, I shouldn't make fun of Longbeard's sayings, right? Actually, I don't know whether that's a Longbeard saying or if that's a Dwarven saying in general. You know, you can't be too sure since most of your... Yeah, well, it's not active now, that's for sure. I believe the Lonely Band is out this way. See, with a tunnel leading like this, no wonder it feels so lonely. Ah, that looks like a nice place to put a banner. Well, no one seems to have claimed it at the moment. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Longbeard architecture at its best. Well, I wonder who lives down that way. Well, let's get back to the Dolphin View. I planted that flag for you.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
As long as the banner stands, the Loneliest Band will be safe for the members of the expedition and all the free peoples who wish to use the road. It's a small task, but a meaningful one, as long as the orcs don't wise up and say, hey, we could use this as a perfect ambush spot. Orcs aren't exactly known for the greatest in planning strategies.
I'm not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
Excellent work in clearing the tunnels. With that path clear again, it will be much easier to deliver supplies. Alright. And now for you. Took care of those deep claws for you.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot.
I'm glad to see those deep claws did not make slivers out of your hide. Well, you have done the dwarves of this expedition a good turn indeed. A carapace crawler. Well, not that I'm going to do anything with that, likely. There you go. I guess there are more quests. Oh yes, I think next are the quests that are going to head down to the goblin camp. Hello there. Anything interesting down there?
We can only hope that Durin's Bane sleeps deeply.
Well, Pineveer, as you can see, even from here, there is a large encampment of goblins down there in Gazotmer, off to the northeast way. We haven't the forces to push them out of there now, but I would like you to go down there and join Wigfast, who's gone to scout the encampment. I'm sure that Wigfast could use help with assessing the situation down there. He's a brave for going off to scout, but I do not think he'll be able to do much by himself. Right, he will need somebody else to send to do the actual work, because that's the usual way of these things. Alright, let's head down, down, and down. It appears that Weakfast is a bit cornered at the moment and ready to strike out anyone that comes to him, at least anyone that doesn't look like a dwarf, perhaps.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Slogby sent you just in time. I was about to try to venture there and started lobbing off goblin heads all by myself, though I'm ill-equipped for such a venture. Yes, a shield will come in handy, I think, and I don't know what kind of armor you're wearing. So what do you need me to do?
If we are to find Mithril and Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
I cannot understand how so many goblins exist here unless they have some great hoard of supplies stowed away in Gazotmer. So, go and destroy those supplies. Right. Okay, and?
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
And it goes without saying that you need to kill goblins because, right? That's our purpose here. Kill goblins! Hi. There you go. Boom. Okay, I guess we could start out with you. You just presented yourself in such a way that I could not resist attacking. Now let's deal with these guys. And find those food stores, because that's one of the things that we do need to get. Or destroy, at least. Oh yes, there is... Defeat the White Hand Lieutenant. I sometimes forget about that quest and say, oh well, Well, we've got the White Hand Lieutenant to worry about. Unfortunately, not with so many friends in the area, so to speak. Let's do that first. Then deal with this guy. I guess we could handle the lieutenant. When he makes another round. Just checking. I didn't think that was an active mirror, but never hurts to check sometimes. This is not the greatest looking food store. Certainly not fit for dwarves. But perhaps it's fit for goblins. That's of course unless it's staying around like that because it's no longer fit for goblins, in which case it would have to be pretty bad, I think. I don't believe... They always depict goblins as not being particularly picky eaters. At least that's the impression I get. Marukazad! Where is that overseer? Oh, there he is. Just about the right time for me to grab him. Oh, that was a rallying cry. I thought that was one of those things where you go and... Hey, stop that! Really? Whew. Well, it takes care of the lieutenant. Now, let's take care of the rest of the supplies. I took care of those food supplies for you.
May Doreen return soon to his halls.
Well done! That was a key step in dismantling their presence now. Good. And I killed the goblins, of course.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
It's a good start. Yeah. And I also found a White Hand Uruk.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
White Hand Mark? And an enemy Uruk leading them all? That is strange news, and I'm not sure what to make of it, but it sounded like an altogether disagreeable affair. I'm glad you put a stop to it, Pineveer. You're welcome, and what do I get from this? Looks like a hat? Well, not really. Oh, well, I'll just take this.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
Now that we have weakened their defenses of the goblin camp below, we may soon be in a position to launch a full assault against them. Go down there and see if you cannot defeat a few of their goblin overseers. Alright, let's take care of their overseers. And while I'm there...
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
The goblins, Gossamer, have stationed archers at the top of platforms. Anyone who tries to attack them directly will be slaughtered. They'll make the road perilous for those trying to move throughout the Great Delving. The platforms are typical goblin make, from what I've seen. Clever idea, but shoddy. There is a major pin at the base of the shaft. Just pop it out and the platform should collapse. Alright, fine. Let's take care of their platforms, actually. Oh, there's an overseer right there. So I might as well thin the numbers of the overseers first. Rukazad! And you're gonna be dead goblin overseer. Very good. And excuse me for a moment. I don't need you busting me up. I'll just leave you be. Kiss you! Yeah, right. Now, oh, there's another overseer here right next to a platform. I mean, really. The archers there are not particularly attentive. Yeah, right. Ah, I really wish they would classify that as a combat sound rather than a voiceover because, yeah, I've got voiceovers on set to pretty high so that you don't miss them, but the combat sounds are set to fairly lows so that they won't annoy you. And unfortunately, those goblins are using the high sound rather than the low sound. Now, see if I can find a third overseer and I'll be able to report back. Oh, how about that? There's one right down there. This away. Well, as soon as I deal with this guy, and then all will be well, right? Oh, he's a defensive one. Farouk! Dead Goblin Gassad. I have taken care of those platforms for you.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Good work, Pinefear. They will put those platforms back up sooner or later, but in the meantime, our forays against the goblins will be a little bit more successful with all those arrows raining down upon us. Well, there is that. And I killed the goblins.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Your courage knows no bounds. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Well, I'll have to grab that.
If we are to find Mithril and Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
The strangest thing happened when you were away this last time, Pinefear. I heard a very low echo, and it sounded rather like a dwarf shout. The sounds came from the northeast of here. Will you go and explore? I should like to know what is happening. Yeah. All right. Sure, let's go and find out what that echo is about. And it looks like it gives me my first garnet. Good. This seems to be about the right area where I'm supposed to find what happened with the shout, but, well, I see a deep claw here, but I also see a backpack. See what that's all about. Maybe it's nothing. I sometimes run into things like random backpacks in this area. Rustic. This rustic may indicate the source of the strange echo heard by Wigfast. It appears that it was once owned by a dwarf, but the dwarf is nowhere to be found. There's a journal. Let's see what it says. This journal indicates that there should be an old waterway running beneath the bridge north of here, the Dwarf Lord's Gate. It should be providing water to the Dolphin View, but it appears to have been closed. And there should be a pair of levers on the bridge that can be thrown to open the old waterway, and the fallen dwarf seems to want to do this very task. You should think over doing it yourself. And the other thing, there's another task in here that says, this journal page describes in hope of to reach an old libraries of Khazad-dûm known as Katub Zahar. The dwarf who owned the book is seeking the old text within, which is rumored to be detailed ancient methods of blending mithril with other metals, along with other secrets. It should be worth searching for, even though I don't know how many books have survived all these years in this place. I mean, if there we got the orcs in the area, you've got, of course, the usual ravages of time, no matter what. Not exactly the most comfortable spot for preserving things in there. How's this doing? Well, don't see much of a change. Yeah, I didn't think there was much change. What next? Oh yes, we need to check out... Yes, find a tome within some ancient library. Well, there's a room over here, and he might have been heading this direction. So let's check it out, and if it's nothing, well, perhaps we could kill a couple of goblins along the way. Speaking of goblins, there we go. Well, there are deep claws in here. Oh, what does this say? Nothing interesting. All right, we've got threatening deep claws here. Well, we know how to handle those guys, right? Rikazad, yes. Now what is this? Yeah? Well, alright. Apparently it was written by a real master. And I'm a bit slow in the uptake at the moment, unfortunately. Hey, don't kick me into the goblins! Good grief. Oh, actually, it doesn't help that I've got this thing on me. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And now I need to find a tome. And apparently, this deep claw is guarding a tome. Now, what are the odds that that's the right tome? Well, this is an MMO, of course, so the odds are usually better than they would be in the real world, right? At least that's in my experience. Well, it's a big tome, that's for sure. Okay, found an ancient tome. Whether it'll be a useful one or not, of course, is an entirely different matter. Must have been using some really, really nice material. How would the dwarves of Dovin View respond to the news I bring back? We have to find that out in the next episode of Funny Plays a Stout Minstrel.